Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the show for a very frosty edition of the 1911 Syndicate. Big man here, almost dead.
I'm dying.
He's dying. Gosh. One little or big cell at a time. Me and Austin cruising. We're cruising, man. We're all good.
Good for you guys with all your Gucci fucking gear.
We're all good. By the next time we're filming, everyone at the crew is going to have nice winter gear to get them through this stuff. It's currently fall, so...
Fall. It's straight up fall. Winter, blizzard.
Yeah, well, we're on top of a mountain right now, everyone. So we are on top of a mountain, and we're having fun today. We're talking about the Sig
Rattler Canebrake. So
Rattler Canebrake. This is a super, super cool thing. But we'll get into it. I'll give my disclaimers before we get into this. Super cool gun. And we've had the MCX on the show before. So anyway, guys, the only other plug I'll give you, 19 of ours. You know, ours.
Because we sell houses.
Yeah, we got to pay our bills too. So if you need real estate help, believe it or not, that's what the 1911 Syndicate is. Austin was actually a client of mine from earlier this year. I always forget about that when he's here. I'm like, shit, sold Austin his place. And hell, Buster his place behind the camera.
Yeah.
So
if Crispy ever buys a fucking house, he might be a client.
Start saving money, stop buying skateboards, he'd buy a place too. So that's really
we
up
also
to him,
got to give him a raise if that's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Give Crispy a raise, guys. By the way, worst hashtag you're trying to create.
Yeah.
We pay him in rice. He gets 1 bag of rice per month. In all fairness, we could probably do 2 bags per month. But
he showed up in low top bands today.
Yeah.
Do you see the environment we're in? Okay, that's enough.
I couldn't afford boots.
Yeah. Now, Papa Jake, having some level of emergency preparedness, has a spare pair of boots in the bed of the truck, and that's why you're alive right now, kid. So you remember that, okay? Remember that, because if it wasn't for me, you'd be dead. Anyway, let's get on with the video, guys. Relationship with Sig, none really. I never, I don't know. I took a shit on 320s once, and I never hear from Sig anymore.
Now we're blacklisted
so
from Sig.
I don't know. I think I'm blacklisted from Sig. So anyway, it changes nothing in terms of the MCX. Let's kind of go overview of what the MCX line is, because if you don't get it yet, it's actually a quite kind of cool, fascinating thing.
I'll even say that I'm a little confused. MCX, MPX, what is it? Break it down for me, Austin.
So the MCX is your AR-15 pattern of you have the MPX, the MCX, and then the future one, which will be the MCX Spear. This is your AR-15 pattern design. It has both recoil springs up here in the top of the receiver, so kind of a beefcake receiver, which of course then allows you to have awesome accessories like, bonked myself with it, like folding stocks.
Nice.
Where you can actually shoot the gun.
Right.
So cool.
Without yeeting stuff out of the rear of the receiver. So the Rattler is a little bit different from the MCX lineup in a few areas. The first thing everybody always points out is this grip that's cut away, and people usually hate it. And having owned it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll change that out. No, it actually works. I'm going to leave it. Because the reason it's cut like this is for really confined spaces.
Yeah.
Where that would typically bump up against the back of your hand. It works really, really well.
You know, aesthetically, I do not enjoy it, but when you hear the functional explanation of it, you go, it does make some sense.
When there's a lot of guys in special operations that will chop standard length grips to make them a little stubbier on like SBRs and stuff, so it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
No. There's other rattlers. The typical rattler you see is all black. The Canebrake is a little different. It comes with a Sig's Matchlight Duo trigger in this. Obviously this awesome Cerakote as well, kind of a, I don't know, like a desert tan.
Yeah.
And then the big beefcakes rail, and there's 2 inches of rail space underneath this. So the can on this, the 762 Ti, is a 1.7 inch diameter can. Still has plenty of room to breathe under that rail. And then up front, I went ahead, not flagging anybody. A buddy of mine over at Slyer Group, you can look him up, slyergroup.com or Slyer Group on Instagram, custom makes these wraps. So
which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really good wrap. It's a really, really good wrap.
You can tell them the length and everything, but I wanted one where I could just shoot it, and then I was like, man, I need to go throw this in the truck, not burn myself, not burn the interior, keep it nice. But
very cool.
It's just in case your hand slips off. It really doesn't need it. The rail never gets hot.
No.
Well, so to let's see, I'll back up the 2 big points. So for those that don't get it, who haven't played with the Sig MCX, so we have a video, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago on the MCX Virtus, which is the 11.5 556. But so the MCX line is a short stroke gas piston, right? So it's AR like, but it's not. It's a piston system. And maybe you can point out, so where it is an adjustable piston. It's two settings, which I think all day we've had it on like the regular setting, which also runs well suppressed.
We've had it on the lowest setting, correct?
Yes, but
Yeah.
that's the regular setting.
Yes.
So there's a minus on this side and then a plus on this side. You just actuate it with your fingers. It's really cold right now, but you just push it back and forth. We've had it on the low setting today.
Yeah.
It runs perfect with that, with the can attached.
Yeah,
But-
and if the increased gas setting isn't, it's not really a suppressed or unsuppressed thing from my understanding. It's more so an adverse conditions setting. It's like, hey, leave it on the regular setting for suppressed, unsuppressed, basically like all the time for most of us. And if you're whatever in some, jungle, doing things for the military or whatever, and you're like crazy conditions, mud, whatever it is, cool. Power that bitch up to adverse conditions mode, and it's just going to power through anything.
Yeah.
I will say, to Sig's credit, most gun companies, when they come out with a marketing video for anything, it's horrible. Their little like kind of teaser video that shows them torture testing the MCX line is actually super cool. So
Yeah.
plug for that. It's actually a really dope video.
Very well done.
So there's that. But beyond that, so the MCX series is based kind of where Sig's going with a lot of everything, which is like these super modular concepts.
Yeah.
So that you could take that and you could swap that into a lot of different things.
Yeah, you can change barrel lengths, you can change hand guards. I mentioned this to Jake earlier. The Rattler and the Rattler Canebrake, you can take your Rattler and kind of make it into a canebrake by just buying the rail, and then you can buy different length barrels. This is the 5.5 inch, or the 5.5 inch 1 in 5 twist, 300 Blackout
Which
barrel.
they have that as just a normal gun
Yeah.
that you could thread a can on, but I mean, like you're saying, I could just have that Rattler, get the SD handguard, thread on my can, I'm good to go.
Yeah, and then
which is very cool.
Super cool. Like I mean, I'm a giant fan of the MCX series. For those you probably got it, but we kind of brushed over it. Like, this is meant to be an SD gun, right? So an integral suppressor. Like, it doesn't come that way. I don't know. Maybe you can touch on that. It's kind of interesting.
it does come with a faux suppressor on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is interesting because it mimics the weight of the shorter 7-baffle Sig can.
Yeah.
And so when you were waiting on your can, you can shoot it and kind of have a feel for it. It doesn't throw you off,
Smart.
which is cool. It comes as a pistol. I did the initial review on this for the Firearm blog. I shot it twice, liked it so much, I bought it, I Form 1'd it. Sig was kind enough to send over the minimalist side folder and the can for this, and then I did a second review, which was the NFA edition. But you can do whatever length can you want. I just wanted the quietest thing possible, and then the minimalist stock when it folds up alongside
I think
of
it's
it.
absolutely perfect.
Like, it's just very streamlined, but you can get M4 style stocks. It's just a 1913 pick adapter on the back.
Yeah.
Cool.
So essentially, it's like a pick rail design. So I mean, like, you've got a ton of stock options for how you can run that thing. It's very clever. Obviously, you've got that kind of like real minimalist one going on. You can throw on beefier stuff or whatever you want. It does have a couple QD attachments that I'm seeing there built into the handguard
Handguard
and stock for that
near the
matter.
rear and the stock, which is nice on both sides. So you can
And
make
the-
that lefty or righty.
Yeah. Ambi mag release.
Yeah, some ambi shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's weird
not-
to me, like that. It's like we went some ambi, but not all ambi. That was always weird because like I don't have my ambi bolt release, which I'm a lefty for those that don't know. So I noticed this shit because I use ambi features. It's like I got an ambi mag release, but I don't have an ambi bolt release. A little weird, but you make it work. It's all good.
I mean, compared to like other 300 Blackouts that I've shot, this is the only one I would spend my own money on, hands down.
Yeah.
This is the only one I want.
Yeah, so I'm going to address it because for me it's the point of this. So like we did a review on the Honey Badger SD, right? And I get it. Every manufacturer hates to be compared to every other manufacturer. I get it. But I'm a human being. I exist on planet Earth, and when you try different things, that's how human beings operate, right?
Yep.
So compared to the Honey Badger SD, basically this takes everything that I and I don't hate the Honey Badger, honestly. Like, there's some stuff that it does that's cool and, you know, yada, yada, yada. But it's not an all bad thing. But there's some stuff that's very weird that doesn't make any sense, where, like, the handguard is completely unusable. AKA, you cannot actually use the M-lock.
Yeah.
It's too close to the can because they have this very thin or like streamlined handguard. So you can't actually use the M-locks. The M-lock's pointless. And you have a suppressor that exists right on top of the handguard.
Yep.
I'm telling you, after a mag,
Too hot.
she's done. She's done. Like, you're either wearing gloves, rail wraps, and even after a point of continued firing, you're still going to have heat issues even with the gloves. So it's like, you have those issues. To me, this solves basically everything that I don't care for about the Honey Badger SD.
Yeah. And from what, you know, you were telling us, Austin, breaks down easily to clean. And what'd you say? You have right around 3,000 now through this, and you've cleaned it once?
I have cleaned it and oiled it once. I've pulled some carbon off of it, but that short stroke piston design, it's really clean.
Yeah.
And 300 Blackout guns are really, really dirty.
Yep.
The gun runs on both settings. You'd have to really get it dirty to get it to malfunction. I think we had a few, it wouldn't hold open today in 30-degree weather.
Yeah.
But it's always run. It runs super clean, and everything about it makes sense. I mean, the rail is big. You know, like, you'll hold it and you're like, man,
SD handguard.
yeah, you're like, man, that is a thick rail. But you can put 2 inches of can underneath it, and it doesn't ever burn you. Like, it got a little bit warm today after like 5 mags.
I'm down with the trade-off.
Yeah.
Right?
So.
Well, yeah, because you can hold it. You can still use your M-lock. Like, I can do everything I need to do. Like it's a really good design. Like, Sig knocked it out of the park, man.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I
No,
apologize.
you're good.
Would be a very cool, like, nods gun for home defense. Like, throw a, you know, peck on the side, like, oh, I spit on you, sorry. Throw a peck on the side, like, dude, that gun do some work inside of a house. And quiet as shit. You're not blowing out your eardrums.
Yeah, let's talk about sound.
Yeah.
Because, damn, it sounds good.
Yeah, I asked him, I was like, what is the quietest how can I make this as quiet as possible? And I wanted to make it all Sig. So Sig Optic with the Romeo 4T, and they said the 10 baffle TI, which came out this 2019. But yeah, it is really, really good. And I've metered it. The numbers are in the article. So if you look up Sig Rattler Canebrake NFA edition, I have sound numbers in there.
Well, I will do my best. I'll say on camera, I'll do my best to remember to put the link for that in the video description. So look down there. I should have it linked. If I didn't, yell at me because I forgot.
Once again, like, from front to back, it is all Sig. There are some inherently Sig features about it, like I brought up earlier, like the charging handle. I kind of wish it was a little bit larger. Jake kind of wishes he put a Radian Raptor on there, but it's a short stroke gas piston gun, so I believe that they make a little bit wider charging handle you can buy. But all your lower components are AR pattern, so
Cool.
Plays well with others, but there are some things that are going to be proprietary. Yeah.
That trigger is money in that thing.
It is really good. It's their Matchlight Duo trigger, and
It's a damn good trigger.
Damn good trigger.
Damn good trigger.
I wouldn't
on
switch that out at all.
Nope.
Not for a Geisel or anything like that. I'd just leave that.
Absolutely not.
I have been very impressed for the last couple of years that I've owned it. Even the Romeo 4T, they had some crazy claim. I think it was 200,000 hour battery life with a hybrid solar.
And it's auto shut off and all that kind of stuff.
And it's been rocking. So the gun is just how I reviewed it. I just put a Blue Force gear sling on it and then the Slayer group cover, but
So cool.
just runs.
What's the tag on these bad boys? You know, off the top of your head?
I believe you're looking at like the $2,600 to $2,800 range, but that was pre-COVID, and so I don't know.
Well, nothing in the MCX family you're going to find for like even a retail price right now. Like, I mean, MCXs have gotten silly expensive.
Yeah.
So
it's the way it is.
Yeah, but I mean, for folding stock, 300 Blackout, 5-inch barrel with almost 10 inches of can, like that you can shoot with the stock folded. Like It's a lot of boxes it checks.
If you could find that
lot.
between 2,500 and $3,000, to me, slam dunk.
Yep.
Slam dunk.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
and look, while you're waiting on a tax stamp for a suppressor, you can still shoot your gun because it comes with that inert training device,
Yeah.
as they call it, which is, I don't know why I'm doing that. It's just because they, like...
It feels necessary.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
He's
That's
protecting his dog.
That's what they call it. But it is. It's just a faux suppressor that your gun still looks cool. You can still shoot it so you don't basically blast your hand since the barrel is within the handguard, which is actually cool that they do that. I mean, to their credit.
It looks good.
Yeah,
It does look good.
aesthetically, it
And
looks very good.
if you were some weirdo that didn't want to suppress 300 Blackout, okay, I guess you could do that, but that's very weird.
We live in a society.
We do live in a society, and you should suppress 300 Blackout with subsonic rounds, please. I don't know. Anything else?
No, I just really, really good gun. I think that the direction that the MP5 took is where this is going. Just now that this system's down pat and it works so well, and you see, more agencies and countries around the world adopting it.
Yeah.
This will, I think, start to become more the norm. And
I'd agree. And also rightfully so, because it checks all the boxes in a 300 Blackout shorty that I would want.
I'll say this because I think we probably have the same thought here. This is forget about bolt guns and any of that. In terms of like an AR style rifle and 300 Blackout, that's the one that I would buy right there.
Yep.
Like
I
that's
agree.
it. That's the one. That's the best one I got.
I agree.
And thank you to Olivia at Sig for sending me this back in the day and letting me purchase this. Huge shout out to them. We did 2 reviews on this, so great gun. They come as a pistol, and then you can, if you choose, Form 1 it, SBR it, and put whatever can you want on it.
Awesome. I think that's it.
Rock and roll, everyone. Nice to see you, and I feel like you're about to say something to us.
Yeah, in 10 seconds, answer me this. You're stuck with only 2 wardrobe options for range days. You can pick either between wife beaters or turtlenecks for the rest of your life.
Turtlenecks.
All seasons.
All seasons.
Turtlenecks.
I'll go wife beater. Let's send it.
Oh my gosh. That's the least classy thing you've done all day.
Yeah, well, I'm also a trashy man, so I'm gonna be trashy sometimes.
You are from Virginia.
Cut.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Austin, thank you for coming out. Firearms blog. Check it out.